my time in a revolution. Galactic. Hello again and welcome on board Galactic Federation Druid ship Earth 1. Doesn't she just look magnificent down there, the planet Earth and all her wonder? Yes, I look forward to the day of peace and harmony throughout all civilizations on this wonderful, wonderful planet. She is the planet of choice, and it is indeed the choice of the nations around the world to collectively get together and make the great decisions that will assist the generations to come. Will there be a planet, or will the civilizations that currently exist on the planet Earth destroy and plunder the Earth's resources? Well, that's why many members of different organisations within the environmental defence networks around the planet Earth are assisting the planet. The planet may indeed be there, but will the communities of the human species be there? Well, we hope so. Let's have a crack. Let's look at some more climate change news from around the planet for January 17. We'll jump onto millicom.com and have a bit of a squiz and see what's going on around the planet Earth as we speak. Here we go. There's a new map which reveals dense pools of invisible matter tipping the scales at 10 trillion times the mass of the Sun and housing a cosmic city of ancient galaxies. There is a link there to a photo of that galaxy. We were interested in that news simply because it seems that networks around the world, this is scientific networks around the planet, are moving more and more closely to the understanding of quantum physics and quantum biology, where it tends to tip the scales of what science really understands and really knows. There is a great deal of the unknown which seems to elude the scientific community, but nevertheless they strive forward in ego. It's their choice. Further news on millicom.com site. In Tibet, a rural area of Tibet that was only recently hit by the region's worst earthquake in a decade, which was a 6.9 on January 9, was struck by yet another powerful tremor on Wednesday. The earthquake measured 6 on the Richter scale, erupted in the Nagari prefecture in the western part of China, controlled Tibet at 7:54. In Indonesia, before the tsunami, the sea was everything. Our whole life to the people, explained by the people in Indonesia. Now there is a fear and many young people don't want to go out to sea. They are afraid and are looking for options, new job opportunities. Even seasoned, experienced fishermen are afraid. The sea has changed, they say. Pre-tsunami, we could predict everything about the sea. We knew her moods, every wind, every way that spoke to her. Now it is an unknown factor, causing all sorts of dramas for the fishermen of Indonesia. These are people who obviously study the sea. They are friends of the sea. It is their livelihood. For those who sit in offices and work on, they can still work in coastal areas but never actually watch the ocean. Like the indigenous members of our community, they are the world, they are the spirit. They understand the movements and the culture of the planet Earth. These are the people we need to be listening to. This is prawn season, the article continues, and there are no prawns. It's the rainy season, but there are no rains. It's bewildering, frightening. And the first year we received a lot of aid, but now as we struggle to get back on our feet, the catch is not common with our expectations. There's huge reduction in the amount of fish we catch and our incomes. As far as the fishermen are concerned, there was a 200% replacement of boats, where there were 2,000 boats pre-tsunami. Now there are 4,000, but the number of people going out to fish has not doubled, even though the number of boats have. By and large, life has settled back to the old patterns, but there is definitely a new fear of the sea, which now haunts the men and the fishermen around the regions throughout Indonesia. Further stories on millicom.com. In Washington, a small quake reported at Mount St. Helens. steam seeping from a fracture atop the lava dome in Mount St Helens crater, and the mountain's first noteworthy seismic activity since 2004 have caught scientists' attention this week as signs that something is moving inside it. While the likelihood of a major eruption seemed low, scientists have quit venturing into the volcano's crater and are checking the monitoring equipment along St Helens flanks. In Fiji, parts of Fiji's north are underwater after a tropical storm passed through the area. Two tropical depressions have been active in the region, bringing with them heavy rains and strong winds. Cyclone fauna is growing and may impact New Zealand. And in southern Africa, floods worsen. Officials in the economically ravaged Zimbabwe issued new warnings Wednesday of floods as fears grew that flooding in neighbouring Mozambique would be more extensive than in 2001, where 800 people lost their lives. In Mozambique, authorities said at least 60,000 people had been evacuated and 22,000 houses were now underwater. The people in Zimbabwe have had a tough year, and a tough couple of years in fact, and that region of Africa is just copping it. So when you're eating your KFC on the regions around the world, the western parts of the world, enjoying your life, think about these poor people having a crack. In Britain, more than 70 flood warnings have been issued. In Norway, southern Norway have experiencing unusual weather conditions. In Australia, monsoonal lows that have battered an inland town with the ferocity of a mini cyclone has caused around about $12 million in damage. In Bulgaria, the fog situation in Bulgaria could not be defined as unprecedented, but it was very rare. The problem was that there was fog not only in Sofia airport, but it spread all over the other airports within the country. In the United Arab Emirates, rain continued for the fourth consecutive day. In Massachusetts, Monday's snowstorm brought 7 inches of snow. Israel, one of the most impressive signs of the Siberian weather we are experiencing is the arrival of birds who don't usually come here. 4 swans so far have been spotted. In Florida, a continuing harsh drought has put Florida on track for yet another explosive outbreak of wildfires in the coming months, state officials warned on Tuesday. And in China, the Yangtze River, China's longest river that normally carries abundant water resources, is suffering from a severe water shortage and is at its lowest level in over 142 years. China is facing its worst drought in a decade. Millions of people were short of water and dozens of ships have run aground in the river since October. Just hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we can do at this present moment in time. And as we have stated many, many times before, just get your climate change preparation up and running. That's all we can do. So we can only hope this information is aiding your development plans into a safe, sustainable future. Jump onto millicom.com, whatever we can do to help you, we will certainly do so. The superstars of the Environmental Defence Network down there in Central Australia, and indeed the staff of Millicom and Sanctuary and Global Rescue will do what they can to assist you. So on this day of January 17, we hope that you have a peaceful day.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is...